Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Pine podcast. We are here at Murphy's Law Irish Pub in Rochester, New York, in the entertainment district of downtown Rochester. We have my friends PJ and Zoe here with me today. Zoe is the first guest, which I'm excited to announce, is outside of the immediate network. I know everyone's heard people say that when they come on the show, we work for these bars, we work for this family of bars. And I've been excited to and finally happy to branch out outside of that. And Zoe is the first person outside of our immediate network on the show, which I'm happy to announce. So if you guys, yes.
I'm a
So
fan.
thank you guys for being here. And if you guys want, introduce yourselves. Let us know how long you've been in the industry, where you work, and kind of give us some background on what you do as a bartender.
For sure.
Sure. So my name is PJ. I've been in this industry since I was 16. Started off as a busser, slowly moved my way up to server, then bartender, and I've been bartending for 8 years now, give or take.
It's like going through a presidency. You look way after 2 terms in the White House. And Zoe, what about you?
I'm Zoe. I've been full bartending for about 5 years. I started serving and worked at a brewery, so just did beer and wine for about 2 years. So bartending for about 7, but like full bar bartending for about 5.
Nice. And so I know you guys know PJ's background, works for this family of bars, but also we talked about when PJ was last on about how you also work at Shadow Lake Country Club.
Yep.
And also kind of work for us. So those different dynamics we talked about.
Yep.
And Zoe, let me know. So where do you work?
Yeah, so I work at Shadow Lake as well. It's funny, PJ referred me into the company and we were best friends and he's my manager. So it took about 2-3 years to separate that for a bit. Fully on me. It was tough. Yeah. I'm like, why are you being so mean to me? You're singling me out. But it's just because, I had to separate work from the friendship. So yeah, he referred me in the company and it'll be 5 years in like 2 weeks.
I want to bring up something that Alex and I were talking about. I want to give a shout out to Alex, who is the brains of the operation here. Alex, thank you very much.
Yes.
He sets all this up and makes this look as good as it does. Yeah, Alex and I were just talking about how we've had, we were talking about, referring friends, working with friends, having people come into, jobs with you and everything. And it's difficult because, you're putting your name on the line. It changes the dynamic of your relationship. Mm-hmm. And you guys obviously stood the test of time,
Sure.
But it doesn't always end that great. And I always find that it's the people that you become friends with at work that ends up being.
It can make or break.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Mackenzie, who was on episode 1, I've been actually friends with her for about 10 years, and she's the one who referred me for this job. So hopefully I made her proud.
I guess it also shows that unlike corporate America, if you can drink together, you can work together.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That is definitely how a lot of us meet.
For sure.
And I know, Zoe, she's definitely no stranger to the places that PJ and I work at.
Yeah. I know. It's wild. I'm like, I feel like I'm a regular, like through and through, and it's fun because I see all the action, but I know PJ probably shouldn't do this, but sometimes he'll show me like the WhatsApp of like things that are going on. And he's like, look at this. And I'm like, I feel like I'm like involved, but like from afar.
An extended family, your extended family where you get to know all the gossip. You don't have to partake in the drama.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like being an uncle instead of a dad.
I'm done.
So how do you like bartending? What do you think is the ups and downs of it? The things that drive you nuts, the things that you love about it?
So I work a corporate job too. I work like a regular 8 to 5, and I've been doing it now for 5 years. And it's funny. A lot of my corporate coworkers will be like, why do you still bartend? Why do you do this? One, I work at a golf course. So free golf is like one of the top things for sure. Definitely take advantage of that. But it's also just because I work a desk job. I'm on the phone. Like I interact internally with coworkers, but there's a lot to be said to be on your feet, especially like today's day and age where people live such like sedentary lifestyles and they're not doing much, but they're on the phones, not like having that face-to-face interaction. And it's so organic. Things like body language and just how people approach the bar and how people like react to you and different things that just, I live for it. I love it. I will always do it. And there's actually someone who we work with as well at Shadow Lake. Her name's Diane, and she's, and mid-60s, I think. Like she's been there for 30 plus years. People love her. People come specifically for her. And I always joke that I'll be a Diane when I'm her age because I don't think I'll ever stop. Like, why would you? It's fun.
Diane is the goal.
Yeah,
Diane is the goal. It could be excelling at my corporate job, but I will still bartend because it's fun. It's fun being on your feet. It's fun having people walk into a bar who are there for you specifically. There's like a lot to be said for that. There's like pride in that. There's excitement with that. You talk about like what happened like in the week that you hadn't seen each other. They love when you remember things that they tell you. It's like a pride thing, really.
Yeah. It's fun. It's a networking thing too.
Yes,
you
exactly.
meet a lot of different people of all different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Some that you make with professionally or personally.
Yes. Couldn't do a desk job. I
I
worked for paychecks for 1 year, and I couldn't do it.
Absolutely.
We've brought it up on the show before. It's like, people are cut out for certain things. And, one of the misconceptions of the bar side of things is that everyone's like, oh, it's just, you couldn't do anything else. So you fell back. And we know that
No.
you wouldn't, if you have that mentality, you wouldn't last a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even probably last a fucking shift.
Exactly. People are insulted. They're like, they think it's like beneath you. And I'm like,
No.
okay, so we go to school. We do, 4 years of education. We're like thousands of dollars in debt to sit at a desk and just make calls and be fucking miserable. No, it's not worth it. You need to be lively. You need to have something else.
And bars exist for people that are more in the corporate world to go out for that happy hour,
Yes.
go out for a golf outing and do stuff.
Yep.
Also, like we partake in all that stuff too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of our social life revolves around making money instead of spending money.
Literally.
So, don't get me wrong. PJ was just joking. I was relieving PJ like on a Monday, and then he just goes to the other side of the bar, and he goes, I just bartend Monday days so I could drink Monday. Out of the register, into the tip bucket, to the other side of the bar, back in the register, back in the tip bucket. No, Bruds was mentioning me the other day. He was saying that you and him were talking about, like, how can we work all these shifts, make all this money, we don't have any savings? He goes, because we just reinvest it.
Yep.
Goes right back into the bar.
Right.
And I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, it almost makes you, it's almost like, you get people that work these jobs, they budget their lives like they should, and then they come out and they're like, I fucking spent so much money last night. But like for this shit, like this bartending stuff, you could just be like, well, I'm just going to pick up an extra shift, or I also spent time at the bar making money. So it almost, it's almost a little.
And shift, you're going to make all that money back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially working on Park Ave.
Plus, you gotta go out and you gotta see people.
Right.
Like, oh, I gotta buy this guy a drink. He tipped me well. I gotta go see him.
100%.
Yeah. That's why I do it. I'm like, my full-time job, I'm like, that's like my rent money, my like live money, and then what I make, because it's cash tips. So I'm like, this is my fun money, this is my spend money, this is my like, to me, cash is like, it's like not consistent. I just throw it around. Exactly.
Sometimes I can actually tell when a bartender comes in because they have their money organized, they have it ready, they look at the tip.
Yeah.
And I sometimes watch like people that could tell if they always just use their card, or even like the younger generation now just doesn't know how to handle cash.
I hate when they give me cash crumpled up or
Yeah.
folded.
Yeah. They throw it on the bar and they're like, there's your tip, as if that's like a compliment.
In high school, I worked at a deli, and like construction workers would come in like in the summer and just give me like wadded up wet dollars. And stuff. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, it's like insulting.
No, it's but that's why we've had to go to Apple Pay a lot.
Yeah.
It's like people don't even know how to use ATMs anymore. It's like, so you kind of, the Apple Pay thing is a new thing.
Everything is tap to pay.
Do you guys at the country club, you guys also have tips that go into your paycheck too? Or is it all?
Yes, but just for banquets.
Just for banquets.
So if a banquet tips on top of like their credit card, that gets split up between the servers and put into the paycheck. But anything cash wise, you take home.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you tip on the credit card when you're bartending, like regular main bar, if there's not enough money in the drawer to pay out all those adjustments,
Then they'll put it.
then no, we'll actually give the cash like the next day.
Okay.
So I'll come into a shift a week later and it's like, your due back is like $70. And I'm like, this is free money. I'm like, this is not what I want.
It's like finding $70 in your jeans.
I haven't worked this in a year. Exactly. It's free money.
Yeah, because I've always worked in these styles of bars, and it's like, you just take what you want. And we've talked about it. We almost had to get to, because cash is not as prominent as it used to be. We almost had to go to a paycheck style.
Yeah, that
thing,
was scary.
Yeah.
I thought we were actually going
I think it'd be like, again, I think it'd be bad for business because you would just walk over to the other side. And
Right.
I know it's the dynamics of like people working multiple different kinds of jobs, working multiple places is always so interesting to me, because management styles are different. The vibe of the place, the country club is wildly different than, our style.
A little more proper.
Someone was like, I want a green tea shot. Like, I don't do that. I know what it's in it,
God
but it's
bless
like,
you. That's
part of
so
me is
amazing.
like, oh, you want 4? What's the count? Like, I'm used to like mixed drinks, like cocktails. So like these like shots that like college kids order or whoever like will come to the bars. I'm like, sometimes I'll like have to like Google it really quickly, and I'm hoping that they don't see me do it.
I get to a point where it's like if people order something like, so like I've been doing this a long time, and there's things that were trends. That was the green tea shot of the day that went the way of the dinosaur. Yeah. And now, with social media, like reemerged. And so I'm like, do you know how to make this? I'm like, yeah, 10 years ago, I have to Google it now.
Yeah.
Like I knew that drink before I could Google it on my phone.
Yep.
Like, I
Yeah.
have to like, excuse me, I have to go to the desktop.
I made a Washington apple the other day. I was like, we've always
Wow.
had like sour apple schnapps at our bar. And I'm like, why do we have this? What is this for? And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Google
That's
it really
exactly what it's
quickly,
for.
and-
That's the one thing it's for.
Exactly. And someone orders it once a year, but
Yeah.
it's there if you want it.
Yeah, it's like
there.
a upside down pineapple
shot,
cake.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that?
I'll be like, how do you make it? How do you like it?
There's all these mixed shots. And when mixed shots came out, it was like, oh my God, this is the shit. Because typically it would be like, oh, girls can do better more shots now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Instead of some girl forcing down Jameson.
Grow up, take a
20
tequila.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Figure it
want to just
out.
help us all out. Take straight shots,
Just do
especially
it.
if you're ordering. If you're ordering a lot of shots and you want fast service, then order straight shots. I know
Yes.
some people can't take them. I don't want anyone getting sick. But also, if you're gonna order a bunch of mixed shots, like, hey, I want 6 green tea, and then I make them, you're like, can you make it 7? No.
No.
That's
No.
the worst.
Or I hate
Yeah.
when people are ordering just one of those
You-
mixed shots.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
one white tea, one green tea, one sex bomb. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, deuces are better.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to make them 2 at a time or you're not getting it.
Yeah.
That's
And that's getting bartender. Like, we're not
Yeah.
being like assholes about it. It's just
It's because it slows us down and slows the guests down from getting the drinks.
It's always when it's like 2D. When I
Yeah.
like am at Magpie, I'll see like Mackenzie or Patty P. Like sometimes I'll give stern looks and be like, no, I'm not doing that. Because I'm so direct about it. And I'm like, respect. I'm like, what they asked for. And they're like, oh, this bullshit. And I'm like, yeah, I would say the same thing.
It's also a lot about how you ask for stuff too.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, I always told everyone I also want this is a bartender's podcast, but I want customers to watch it because I want to get a little
Yeah.
speck of etiquette.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, man, why is that bartender always mean to me? It's you. We want to be
Yep.
nice to people. We have no interest. We
Yeah.
have bad days, and don't get me wrong, we could be grumpy just like anybody else. But
Absolutely.
it's how you do things, and different settings, more of a golf course setting,
Mhm.
or more
I
neighborhood
know.
bar
We have, to,
setting.
we have to bite our tongues a little
That's
more at the
one
golf
thing.
course.
Yeah. I'm like,
I-
God, I wish I could
sometimes
just
I
tell someone.
I know.
like,
Sometimes I speak the way I do at Magpie at Shell. Like, I'm like, oh,
well, I shouldn't do that.
maybe I shouldn't have said that.
When I first started, PJ was like, you have to be stern. Like, you have to be more direct. Because I work at a lot of weddings too. And the worst part of weddings are the guests. They're so entitled. You have you close the bar for introductions, sit down. Like, everyone needs to be seated for the introductions and for speeches. And it's just a respect thing. But these people are sometimes just so entitled. And they'll come up to the bar and be like, what do you mean you're closed? We'll pay cash. And it's like, this isn't our request. This is bride and groom's. Like, just respect it. We're back open for another 4 hours after dinner.
Right.
It's going to be okay.
Right. You could wait a half hour without a drink.
And so, is
Yeah.
this your first wedding? That's typically how this goes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
They
it's
want
insane.
they want to avoid exactly what's happening right
It's
now.
literally
Right.
standard across the board.
And that's why, you see everyone rush to the bar at that last
Yep.
minute
Oh.
because they know what's going on.
Yep. Yeah, we get that
We
last
usually
rush, and
tell
that's
them,
when I
like-
usually have to jump onto the bar.
Sometimes we have to like walk away from the bar.
No, I'll
5
literally
minutes
go
past.
behind. I will go behind the bar, and I'll be like, bartenders,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've had-
like I'm just gonna stay behind this bar and shut
Yeah.
it down.
That's
Because otherwise, the guests will take advantage of the girls.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Eh,
They're
maybe
like,
not
"Oh,
Zoe
well."
anymore. Zoe's
Now I'm
Zoe.
I'll
Yeah,
take it, like,
Zoe's
you
not
can't
too mean. I'm
say-
like, you gotta relax.
No, it's always the one guy sliding you like a $3. Like, come on.
What'd you say to the guest the other day? You told him don't be an asshole or something.
Oh yeah,
I was
so
like-
this was like
I was
last
like-
summer,
I was
but
like-
it was
I
a
was like,
groomsman,
Zoe,
and he
you
was
can't
just being
talk to
so
like
entitled.
that.
He went up to our other manager and was like, "Hey, this." I got pulled aside. It was a bad thing, but talk about like a 180 because I used to be such a pussy about it. I was like, "Oh my gosh, like they're here for us," but also, yeah, it's just money. Like sometimes people are just like, "Oh, like throw you money," and it's like, yeah, like a $2, $3 tip, as if that's gonna make a difference for us, and it really doesn't.
No.
It's-
Well, the thing is, you can't sell. You gotta, it's tough to stand your ground back there because, like you said, people do treat you like you are here just to serve me, which is true to an extent.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm not a servant here for you. Like,
Yeah.
I am providing a service that you cannot get without me here.
Right. I say that.
If you
all
want to
the
go drink
time.
beers in a parking lot somewhere, then you can do it on your terms.
For sure.
But if you're coming in here, there's the bartenders rule the roost when they're there, and they understand. It's like people come in for like one night, and they're like, "This is my night out. This is all about me." And it's like, no, it's really not.
Right.
Especially for people that are working at these places multiple nights a week. We
Mhm.
see how the bar flows. We see where problems are. We see all these
Absolutely.
things.
Yeah.
We also
Yeah.
have a responsibility
Right.
to make sure everyone's safe too while
Yeah.
drinking.
Yeah, it's not just a fucking free for all. There's
No.
So
there's the business, the bartenders, everyone has to keep up to a standard
yeah,
Mhm.
because it goes off the rails quick. When you're serving alcohol
easily can.
and you
yeah.
see something and you're trying to diffuse it or trying to direct it a certain way,
It's a liability.
and you're just like, and now also you got all these other people who are having a good time. Now you're going to ruin their time because you're worried about dealing with this problem.
Yep.
And people do think that like we get like, and I'm not trying to poo-poo anybody. Like you get especially like those tours that come around here. You know what I'm
Mhm.
talking about?
Yep.
Like, this is my one night out. Or you can tell people that haven't been out in a while, like, and they don't know how to act.
Yeah.
And you're just like, God, like,
We see it too
Like, we'll
often.
celebrate you for sure.
Yeah.
But you're also like, it's the main character syndrome. That
Yes,
people
yes,
just think
yes.
that there's no one else there. And it's
Right.
like, hey, we'll celebrate you. We'll be excited for you. But we also have a whole other bar to take care of.
And I'm sure you guys, like PJ just said, you guys do probably get a lot worse because everyone, like you guys get these events that are a build up for a lot of these people. Like we've been
Yeah.
planning on this day for a long time.
Yep.
Like, hey, I had to pay, I had to invest money in this.
Right.
I bought a dress. I bought,
Right, and that's the thing is they're coming in and they're spending $20,000-$30,000 on a wedding. That's without any other vendor. That's just us as one vendor
Right.
out of many vendors, and they're gonna want what they want.
Yeah.
Right.
But it comes to a certain extent too.
And that's got to be tough. I wouldn't want to deal with the wedding side of things.
Yeah,
been
We
doing
get
this
the
since
fun parts of wedding.
2018.
Like we
Yeah.
get afters, or we get like, hey, our wedding's tomorrow. We're all in town. We just want to come out and get fucked up. I'm like,
Absolutely.
yep, we got you.
Yep.
Yeah. One
Yeah,
thing too with
I can
weddings
do
is
that.
I
We
feel
will
like
also
this is-
throw you out.
I feel like it's kind of standard across the board too. Like we don't allow shots, no doubles, no Long Islands or things like that. Because it's like you have 5 hours of an open bar, and you
Yes,
can come up
that's-
to me, you can order 4 mixed drinks at once, but I cannot give you a shot. And people push back on it so hard,
Oh my
so
God.
hard.
You know
We
that.
had this
like, people
one
don't-
bride who was pushing for shot. So we're like,
Mhm.
you know what? Hammer her. She
Okay,
got
yeah.
so hammered, doesn't remember any of her wedding, all over her
Yeah.
dress.
Yeah,
Like
was
in the
gone at,
middle
like,
of the
9.
wedding, was gone at 9 o'clock. The wedding went till midnight. I was like, this is why we don't do shots.
Right.
Exactly.
When it's free
Textbook.
shots, it becomes a nightmare.
It's-
People get out of control.
And that there's no reason for that. Like you said, you have to, we're responsible here. And believe it or not, you're looking out for people because you see it from a whole different lens. You know, because you're seeing the whole thing too. And everyone, and it's like, it's so tough to cut off people or say you've had too much, especially when they're paying $30,000.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, you know, we get people, like, I spent a lot of money here. No, we don't like you though. It doesn't matter.
I know
Like,
your name, sir. I do not care.
happily take a little dent in our tips
Yes.
and in the register to get rid of you because I want nothing to do.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
you know, for you guys, it's got to be a little bit tougher. Where it's like, yeah, you spent 30 grand. I mean,
Right. It's different than $100
in
tab.
our defense,
It's
most of you guys
never-
have probably spent more than 30 grand in a year.
That's
Never
very
send me
fair.
itemized of the past 5 years on Park Avenue, Rochester. But no, it's never the bride and groom either. It's always others.
The guests.
It's
Yeah.
always a guest, and it's tough. I'm like, I just like I sympathize with them because I'm like, you're spending so much money to host this event and to host this party that you sometimes don't even get to enjoy because you're whisked away by like these random guests that you don't know or like people who want to be with you
Right.
or like
Mhm.
photographers and such. Our main thing always is like bride and groom for sure, number one, parents of the bride and groom and the wedding party. Like not special treatment, but they're like definitely top priority. Like
Absolutely.
you know, there could be people sitting waiting at the bar who's a guest for 5 minutes, but the bride or groom or someone who's getting a drink for them
Shut
come
it
up first,
down, they
they're
gotta-
immediately-
Yep,
yeah,
100%.
immediate. So, but sometimes people like guests are like,
They
Well, you
don't
do
care.
like-
They
like,
don't
people
care.
fucked
They
up with
just
their-
want their drinks.
oh,
You get
yeah.
someone fucked up at someone's wedding, and then they're either acting obnoxiously, ruining it for everybody. You get family drama that pops up. And
That happens pretty
People
often.
crying.
I've been to a wedding where punches were thrown. So,
Oh my
you know,
gosh.
it's
Yeah, we just had that happen at a bridal party
Yeah.
2 weeks
Oh.
ago. Emma got hit with a car. Cops are surrounding Shadow Lake. I'm like, what the fuck
Emma
is
got hit
going
by
on? There was a car.
I think I remember you texting me that because you were supposed to come in after
Yeah.
work with me, and you're like, "Hey," I'm like, "What? Like, why are you going to be late?" And he told me like, "Yeah, that sounds pretty."
I was like, there's police everywhere.
Well, that
It's like,
just goes to show you
shit.
that no matter what you're setting, when alcohol is involved, there's
Mhm.
always the chance that something could go wrong. And people
Absolutely.
tell us all the time, whether it's if we're cutting someone off, or we have dress codes, or we have etiquette, or we tell them something, and it's terrible because they react like children. They're like, don't talk to me like a child. I'm like, well, you're acting like one.
Right.
So I mean,
Yeah.
you're kind of, you know,
It's on
I've
the
seen,
same
like-
level.
Yeah, it's-
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm not doing it to be a dick. And it's tough to do it. And people take it very offensively that they did something to themselves. And then you're trying to urge them in the right direction. It's like, dude, call
Right.
it a night. Come back. I tell people all the time, I go, I will buy your next drink, your first drink next time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Go home, call it a night. Nothing else is good is going to happen.
Yeah.
My own coworkers do that to me all the time. They're like, PJ, you're done.
What PJ Ubers? I'm like, girl, give me your phone. I'm calling it.
Me and PJ always joke of his progression of leaving the
Yep.
bar. He starts over
Yeah.
here. And then every time he just moves closer to the door and his just one more shot and a drink and I'm out of here. I'm like, okay, man.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll close out.
And then
He'll
someone
be like,
walks
I'll
in,
see you in an
goes,
hour. I'm like, I'm
walk
going
back.
home. Nope. Went to the other bar, came right back.
PJ comes back, his eyes are a little bit more closed, his hair's a little bit more frazzled. I'm like, didn't you have a hat on anyways?
It happens way too often.
But on the flip side, you do have some really good things with weddings too. Like we had a situation last year because you'll have like either plated service or service that it's like the stationary, like stations we call them. And there was a like open flame that ended up like bursting into flames. And it just so happened that the bride and groom and like a bunch of the people at the wedding were all firefighters. So instead of them freaking out and being like, oh my gosh, this was so bad, they all started like cheering, celebrating it, like delayed things for like 20 minutes because the fire department got called. Like
it was definitely pretty bad.
it was scary.
So
No,
it was like
Was that like the table
it
setting?
was no. So it was a stationary thing. It was like, I think it was like Asian cuisine.
yeah.
And one of the gas canisters for one of the stove thingies, I don't know what happened, but it failed and it blew up.
Yeah.
A fireball literally hit our pregnant our pregnant event coordinator. Literally steam coming off her stomach.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like crawling on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck's happened? It was pretty intense.
Yeah.
You guys between that and Grandma's getting run over. I want to stress that this golf course is not in Haiti. I golfed there recently. It's very nice. No, and but that just goes to show you, especially events, a night where people are drinking, shit goes wrong all the time.
Yeah.
And it's everyone else that panics. You're like,
Right. It's all about how you react to it.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And people normally look to the staff. They're like, okay, is the staff doing okay? Like if they know it's under control, which we normally do, and 9 times out of 10 we do. So yeah, that's how we react.
Yeah. So I was going to actually ask about management styles, how they're different between each place, but I'm like, I don't know who I should talk to about this. Do you guys have like a much stricter like code of conduct for staff there than you guys like? We have a dress code.
Right.
Yeah.
It's black on black. I mean,
So that's our that's pretty standard. I feel like in this industry is black on black.
Clean. It looks good. As a female, I'm like, it slims me out.
it doesn't get charred when there's a fire. No, that's because like we talk about like people that are cut out for the corporate world, and that there's some people that are cut out more for one side or the other. Everyone's different. But I don't know if I just growing up, I've always just worked for my family, and like we have obviously rules and conduct and everything.
Yeah.
But we're a little bit more laid back. Like I couldn't go work at like a corporate hotel chain.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just feel like to me that'd be the same thing. At that point, I might as well go work a desk job. Because the way I've dealt with drunk people my whole life, I don't think it would translate because I'm too ingrained in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
I've worked other places before. Like,
I mean, I feel like
I'm just comfortable here, and I think I'd get fired pretty quickly from somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, at Shadow Lake, I feel like we're not too strict. I mean, we definitely have rules and policies in place. Whether we follow them or not, it's a little different.
Right.
I mean, working downtown on Park Ave is definitely a little different. There's a lot more leniency than when you're going into a country club style.
Yeah.
It's probably like it's same. I guess like we have regulars and we have all these other people. I mean, and you can gauge people pretty quickly in the industry, and it also depends on who you're dealing with. I think like you guys have like you guys see a lot of the same golfers that you kind of like.
Yeah, so every year it's the same golf leagues that come.
Yeah.
I mean, same thing for paddleball, which goes through the entire winter, which kind of keeps us afloat and keeping our staff, employed throughout the winter.
Yeah.
They all are the same league
But
ladies, league guys.
It's the same people, and it's funny actually because like it's like for me, I'm thankful like we could wear black leggings and then just like a Shadow Lake polo or something black on top. But there was someone who actually worked at Shadow Lake, bartender for like a hot minute, and he had figure tattoos, and some of the regulars who have been there for years like were like, hey, like the tattoos. So it's like there's still that little bit of a little bit of a break. It's just generational difference, I think.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it's an older.
Yeah, it's because we do get that older crowd. Yeah.
You gotta make sure that they feel like they're being, like they do like that. We don't treat you like shits all the time, but you are here. You like to be served in a certain manner.
Yeah, a little bit. They're just like they're kind of like not entitled, but they've been there. Yeah, old school. They've been there for so long. They expect this level of service and the individuals who are serving them. But yeah,
just like bars, golf courses are all different too. Like, but they are a lot of fun. People do drink and golf.
Oh, they're so fun.
Oh, there's so much fun.
Oh my gosh, my
Yeah.
I
favorite
love
story.
the golf leagues on Wednesdays.
Favorite story. So you've golf Shadow Lake, you know, the 9th hole, it's right in front of the clubhouse,
Yes.
right across the water. So there was a wedding ceremony going. Literally, the bride is walking down the aisle. It's my favorite story. Walking down the aisle, and the Labatt Blue tournament was happening at the same time.
Ooh.
So this is 4:00. They teed off at probably, 11, 10, 11. So they're cocked. They're ready to go. This guy hits a hole in one. And he's losing his mind, and
Screaming.
rightfully so. And
Right.
like,
Hell
come
yeah.
on, rightfully so. It's once in a lifetime. Losing his mind, like screaming, swearing. It's over water, so the sound carries like crazy. This bride is walking down the aisle, like just super quiet. All
And all
this
you hear
stuff.
is, I got a fucking hole in one. Fucking shit. Holy fucking shit.
Like,
We're-
it's a tough hole.
And I'm just like,
We're watching from the windows, and I'm like, no way.
Over a wedding, the
The
guy's
bride-
like, this is the best day of my
Yeah.
life.
the bride is walking down the aisle.
Walking.
Oh,
And then
Yes.
all the guests are clapping for him. And I'm like, oh,
That is my
I
favorite
was
thing
like,
ever.
what the
That's
fuck?
awesome. As a golfer, that's my favorite.
Oh my
thing
god, it
ever.
was awesome. So like they come in for cocktail hour right after, and I'm like, we all saw all the staff. So they come in, and I'm asking all the guests. I'm like, so did you guys see that? Like, what were your thoughts? And they're like, fuck the wedding. They were like, this is
That's
the coolest thing I've ever
awesome.
seen. I was like, honestly.
That's cool.
Oh,
That's
I
so
couldn't get
cool.
remarried. They're like, I could get remarried. Then this guy hitting another hole in one. Like, if you're talking about eternal, you guys got it.
The groom leaves and asks the guy, like, how'd you do it, man? It's enough about me. Let's talk about you. This is a big day for you. That's fucking awesome.
Sick.
I'm gonna remember that story.
yeah, I forgot about
That's
that.
my favorite one.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
awesome.
gosh.
And I know exactly where you're talking about too, so I can picture that whole
Yeah.
Right
yeah.
from the ceremony and then
Yeah,
right
it's
behind us.
Everyone saw it. Yeah, they're like backs turned, watching her
Yeah.
walk down the aisle, and everyone turns. We're watching it from the windows upstairs, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really
We
happening.
could hear him inside the clubhouse.
I thought he was gonna take his shirt off.
That's awesome.
Good
So
for
unless
him.
you're a golfer, make sure you time your wedding.
Yes.
Yes.
Not around
Yes.
drinking tournaments, because
Yep.
I don't know, I'm sure that tournaments are the same everywhere, but people get shit faced here when they go.
Oh, yeah.
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 Rightfully so.
If I'm
Yeah.
playing bad, I'll start drinking.
Oh,
I
yeah.
need an excuse
Yeah.
for playing bad. So
Good thing is we do see a lot of, because people come up, they're like, can we leave our cars here for the night? And I'm like, please do. In fact,
Yes.
you're asking, yes, you're good, you're safe.
Yeah,
They
we
throw you a-
prefer you to leave
Yes,
your
yeah.
car.
Exactly.
they throw you a
Yeah, I'll call
curveball, take your
Uber.
cart home. Same about the cart. I said, car stay. I'm not walking though.
So one Jake, you're good. They break on their own.
I live close enough. I could take one of your carts home.
We would never know.
So we have talked a lot about when bartenders, we have bad nights, we have bad days, and you got to kind of try your best to check it at the door, put on a smile.
Mm-hmm.
And those shifts are like, if I'm hungover, if I'm in a bad, which I'm not really hungover much anymore because I'm lame, but hungover, tired, just had a bad day, don't feel like dealing with people, especially drunk people. It's really tough.
Yeah.
Is it easier or magnified if you got to say, I got to do another event tonight? I don't know if it has its ups. It's just like the same thing, or is it way different because you got to be?
I mean,
Yeah. Look at
at Shuttle, you kind of have to put on a little more of a proper
Yeah, that's what
face and attitude. So it's definitely harder when
Yeah.
you're hungover.
yeah.
Like there's times where I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh fuck, I
Yeah.
have to do this today.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, it's someone's.
Because if I
best
wake
day
up
of their life.
hungover on a Monday, I'm like, okay, I'm going into Magpie. I'm good. Like I'm just gonna shoot the shit. I'm gonna have a shot with somebody and I'm gonna level out.
Yeah.
Shuttle, like I can't do that.
No.
I can't go in and just rip one and be like, all right, now I'm good.
Yeah.
And with the regulars we have out here, there's people like, oh, we're gonna go visit PJ, and you can just
Right,
hang
yeah,
out.
and
Yes.
it's
yeah.
my regulars, it's my friends that come in on my shift, so I'm not so anxious.
You're not
Whereas at
on.
Shadow Lake, I'm like, oh, I got fucking anxiety. I'm shaking,
feel
like
you.
everyone's looking at me. My face is red.
Yeah.
I'm sweating bullets,
Yeah.
sweating Espelon.
I don't
Yeah.
think I could do that because I've had back in my wilder days, days where I've had to call because I'm like, I can't handle people right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you ever had the hangover that you thought goes away, then it makes a comeback at the worst part of your
Oh, or you wake up still drunk. You're like, oh, I can't wait to
I
go to
can't-
work. Or
Yes.
You're like, fuck.
You start sobering up throughout the day, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is not good.
No,
And you're
it's-
serving alcohol.
It's at the worst part where you thought you were almost at the finish line,
Yep.
but
Yep.
you're like, no, I still have hours left.
Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
starts crawling.
And for weddings and such, I'm like, I've worked probably 70 plus at this point, and I'm like, this is someone's best day of their lives. Like they've invested so much time, money, energy, everything. They're so
And
excited.
I just threw up in the kitchen.
And
That's, if I had, when I'm working there, it's like you're slinging drinks or you're shooting the shit with people for the most part.
yeah.
Or if you're in a, you want to rage out on somebody, it's somewhat acceptable as long as they
Right.
deserved it.
100%.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
There are kind of events that you guys work that you're like, oh, it's this kind of event. That should be okay. That should be easy.
I mean, it's all standard. We basically do weddings, bridal showers, baby showers.
Yeah.
I mean, then we'll have
Birthdays,
like, like
celebration of
Penfield
lives.
for retired teachers clubs or like
Yeah.
rant, like things like that. But it's all pretty standard. It's either plated service or buffet style.
Yeah.
Okay.
And almost every timeline is the same thing. They come in, they do their cocktail hour if they have it. We go through intros. You get through dinner. You do cake. It's dancing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's very standard.
There's a lot of downtime for weddings that people don't realize
Yeah.
too. It's kind of like a lot of like high things. So we have people with ballet, we have people who hand pass, we have people who like give the drinks, right? When like the bride and groom and bridal party walk down the aisle or like walk back from the aisle. But after that, after dinner service, it's basically 4 hours of listening to the same songs we've heard
Yep.
for
From every
years.
DJ.
And if I hear Mr. Brightside one more time, I know that's like not.
Yeah. Every wedding does have the same playlist.
Yeah. I hear another Nicki Minaj.
That's enough to drive you crazy.
One of my friends, actually, my coworkers at my corporate job, she's in a wedding for one of her friends, and she showed me the do not play like requests that she sent to her DJ, and there's probably 50 songs on there. And it's like
The
sometimes you have
DJ's
to
like,
do
I don't
that.
have anything to
The
play.
DJ's like, yeah, so like you make the playlist and I'll spin.
We're just gonna do slam poetry. Imagine that guy read that his whole life shit. He goes, "This is," and I'm not bashing wedding DJs. I'm
No,
just
not at all.
making a generic joke.
Not at all. No.
Man, if I,
'Cause that's what people love. But once you hear it 70 times and like,
Oh.
30
you get
times a
sick of it.
season,
well, that
it's,
goes back
That's
to what
when
we
I
talked
go
about.
upstairs and I lock myself in the office.
I can't have an AirPod in when I work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If people dance, because I'll be like, hey, if like I'll dance with them too. I mean, I don't go out on the dance floor, but
I've
behind
seen
the
you
bar
out
and
there once or
stuff, like,
twice.
yeah, only when I get the green light. But
What are you dancing? Zoe, I'm gonna need to see you up in the office. No, that's that's like the thing. Like, it's especially for your guys' setting where it's that one big night. But I have people that you see them come in like they haven't been out in a while, so which is also crazy because a lot of the younger crowd doesn't have the etiquette yet
right.
and the maturity. But then you get people that like they haven't been out in a while and they think that like it's awesome that they're out again and they don't know how to act. And I'm just like, our staff, we start doing wellness checks if we haven't seen you in 2 days.
I know. They're like, are you okay?
Because even when you work there, you usually stop out.
Oh,
after.
yeah. Absolutely.
Everything going okay. I've texted regulars, like I had like a Monday regular forever, and I texted him once, and he was visiting a buddy in Texas, and he's a military vet and stuff, and he went, and then he came back, and I go, I didn't see him for 2 weeks. He was gone a while, and he was out there for something, some military reunion, and he was like, all the guys got a good laugh when he texted me because like the guy's like, I haven't seen my bartender. Hey, we care. We do care
We
about.
care. We remember.
It's not
sure
just the
do.
tips. It's a bonus. Don't get me wrong. That
Yeah.
extra, $20 I know I'm going to get every time is nice.
Yeah.
I actually had this one group, like, especially like on Park Ave, there's restaurants, people come out to the city. You see like middle-aged suburbanites that come out to the city for their first time in a while. And they didn't drink a lot, but they just don't drink much anymore. And there was this group that came in. They were out before dinner waiting for their table. And then they went to dinner. And so they were probably drinking their beers. They did like a shot or something. And they probably drank wine and more beer at dinner and came back and they were like fucking plastered. They weren't gone long. And then the husbands all have an idea like round of car bombs. I'm like, this is going to be a divorce night. So they all did like 3 car bombs. They were like obnoxious about it. I'm like,
my gosh.
and they were like, yeah, we're leaving soon. I'm like, thank God. And then, so like when I do car bombs, I'm, the shot glass is in the pint glass.
Yeah.
I'll put soda water up there. So it cleans it. It separates like the curdling from the glassware.
Yeah.
And I had them lined up, like with all soda water from the already taken car bombs. And this guy like this was hammered. He was going to leave and he looked and he grabbed one and he did it. It was just the soda and he puts it down.
With the curdled.
Yeah. He goes, he fits it and he puts it down. He goes, that one was flat. And then he just walked out. It's like, what the fuck?
That's
I never saw them
disgusting.
again. I still work. It was probably 10 years ago. I saw.
That's the funny thing about Park Ave. You'll see like, the people who are like, at the restaurants, just like getting dinner, and then you'll see the people who are like Park Ave regulars who are just out on a Tuesday night. Right?
Like, why are you acting
Right,
like
it has
this?
to
I bought you 1 shot and I've done 6 in the meantime.
Right, literally.
I actually, because like across the street, they do like no reservations. And so a lot of people just kind of wait for their table. They get the text. They had this one kid was obviously a first date with this girl and they were waiting for a while. Their table ended up taking like an hour and a half. So they're having a drink and then they loosen up and they have another one. They're like, let's do a shot. And then they did another shot. And then he goes, all right. And then she went to the bathroom. I could tell they were getting buzzed. And I was like, dude, telling you it's your first date.
Yeah.
And you guys are at a bar, like a neighborhood bar right now. I go, pump the brakes on the shots. Because when you go to a nice, quiet restaurant, it's not gonna be the same dynamic.
Yeah.
Nope.
You know, it's and also like, you know, you don't realize how loud you are and all these other things. So I didn't see him after dinner, which either was really bad or really good for him. So I don't know. But hope we helped you out, buddy.
Hope it went well.
They do that. We try to help people all the time. People that are beat them, not like, dude, you're not, pump the brakes here. Or, you know, if you want to go home with that person, you better switch directions.
Slow it down.
Take a lap, take a breather, or just like, no, they're not interested. Just move on.
Yeah. You want an honest opinion?
Because you know what? Because you're obnoxious, and then, you know, that person's going to leave, and they're okay, and I want them to spend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's have the fun. Sometimes I'll like make up like scenarios in my head. I'll see people and I'm like, okay, is this a first date? Are they married? Is it a, you know, like a mistress, whatever it can be? And I'll like pull PJ aside or the other bartender I'm working with. I'm like, so like, what do you think? Especially if it's our first.
Yeah, you got a whole storyboard in the back. All the strings connecting.
Absolutely. So let's pull it down. This guy. I can't even imagine. Oh my God.
I see some swinging going on there.
Yeah. And you see people out with, you're like, pretty sure you're involved with someone or even married.
Right. Like, where's your wife?
Yeah. We used to have a couple that would just come and sit in the back in the middle of the day when no one was there.
Sometimes I'm like, damn, I really like your wife.
Regular that's great at like, just like making scenarios funnily uncomfortable. Like, he would call out first dates all the time. Like, people would sit, you know, it'd be spots at the bar, right? They would get a drink and sit at one of the high rises, which meant, you know, Magpie's not big, so the high rise isn't far. And then they'd be sitting there and he just goes, first date, and it breaks the ice a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
I was on the
feel like
receiving
that's like a funny vibe.
Yeah. Like, this guy fucks.
Or it could just be like, now they're going to be quiet for a half an hour.
Right, now
they just got their drink, so
now they're uncomfortable.
But no, bartenders can be buffers too. I've talked about this before. I tell people, you're going to go on a first date, bring them somewhere and sit at the bar.
Yeah.
Because the bartender is, if you're struggling or you can't, you know, having a hard time with conversation, we're good at that. You know, use us as a tool to help your night go better.
Fun on both sides. It's fun for us, fun for you. Like, cool little conversation. Yeah. And people are like, hey, it's our first time here. Like, that's such a, like, exciting opener of okay, what brought you here? Like, it's such a good conversation starter.
So it is. And then you see it, those are the people you see them, then they start coming back. Like you said, when someone comes for your shift.
Yeah.
We talk about it all the time, making sure that you're talking to people because that might be your next regular, your next friend.
Yep.
Absolutely. You know, you might, you know, people date people they meet at bars, and I don't recommend that at all. So I guess that's another thing. Especially, I know it's a more prominent typically with girl bartenders, but do the girl bartenders at country clubs get hit on a lot too?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And then you're at golf or anyone golfs, and they're like, we've had people be like, because we like hold a standard, and I've actually asked PJ, I'm like, why can't we wear skirts when we like work golf leagues? And he's like,
good reason for that.
You know, there's a reason for that.
Right.
Exactly. You know, like,
because I don't want to have you go through that.
Yeah, exactly.
With these dirty old men, sometimes they say things,
Yeah.
they think that they could do whatever they want sometimes, and
some people, like, we have hostesses who are 16.
Yeah,
you know, you don't know what they're also thinking and saying to them as well. Yeah.
No, you gotta protect your people.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
You know, another I see it all. I see a lot of times, even at like these bars, like we have a pretty wide range of people that come in. You know, anything from college kids to people in their 50s, 60s, 70s.
Yep.
And I see it all the time where like you see like a 50-something-year-old guy hitting on a young girl and it's not working out. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You've been alive long enough. It's not working.
Right.
She's not interested.
Yeah.
Listen,
and it's not even just making her uncomfortable. Sometimes it makes everyone else.
uncomfortable.
And then, especially as a bartender.
Take a swing. If you fucking miss, just move on.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
that's the best way
you
to
have
do
two
it.
other strikes. You're going to be okay.
Right. Take the hit.
Yeah. And just buying them shots repeatedly just because you believe you have more money than them isn't going to get you anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I see that too. It's like, all right,
Because you think you're going to get her drunk. And
right. But that's also, we got to step in for that too. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I just tell people like, buy another shot. Like she said, no, she's done.
Right. We have a responsibility to make sure that this girl is safe too.
I've had years ago, this, you know, older guy was creeping out these two younger girls, and they, you know, he went somewhere quick and they were like, can you get this guy away from us? And I go, dude, you've had enough tonight, call it a night. I kind of know the guy from being around. I don't see him much anymore. But he left. He goes, like, I embarrassed him. And he came back and he goes, you know what? Fuck this place. I go, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah.
Like, girls are 30 years younger than you. And it was a slower night. It was a weekday night. They're just hanging out, enjoying their night. All right, listen, you want to strike up a conversation. But also, they're not here to talk to you. These girls came out together to hang out and
Enjoy their
if
own
it gets
time.
well received, cool, hang out.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, fucking move on.
And not for nothing, most of the time they're respectful. They're nice about it. They're like at least like situations I've seen, situations I've been a part of. Like it's like, not going to be like, fuck you, get away from me. You're like, hey,
Yeah.
like we're just enjoying a night with ourselves, like with each other, whatever it may be. But then sometimes guys just don't know.
Yeah.
Really.
If it's not working out, move on. But there's other things to do in the bar.
Exactly.
Like instead of drinking over there, you can drink over here.
Yeah. On the flip side,
Absolutely.
girls will just be like, oh my God, he's so hot. Oh my God, he's so cute. Wait, you go get a drink for us. No, you.
Yeah, get away from me, weird.
Has
It's-
anyone ever ordered an angel shot from you guys?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
No one's ever ordered one
Do
for
it.
me too, but
Do
I was
explain.
just wondering if
No,
anyone has, because you order it right when you feel uncomfortable and you want the bartender to
yes,
step in.
there's like
There's different kind of angel shots too, or something.
I've like heard of the concept. I don't completely understand it, but
Right.
they just order an angel shot. Right?
Yeah, I mean that to me would just be code for that. No,
I'm in an
time to
uncomfortable
step
situation.
in. Like, let's
Absolutely.
help this girl out
Yeah.
or guy, whatever.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
another thing too. Like bartenders are there for a reason. Like if you're ever in an uncomfortable situation, like talk to us.
let
We're
us
sober
know.
here. We it's our bar. That's another thing PJ had to like tell me when I first started, because I was like so passive about everything. He's like, no, this is your bar. This is your space. Like you can tell people no. Don't be like extremely rude about it, but like you can tell people no. If there's ever a situation where you're in a situation where you feel uncomfortable, bartenders are there for you.
Yeah,
And
definitely
bouncers are there for you. Like people are there, like they're safe. And especially at the Johnny D bars, like there's probably 10 people who work there as well. Yeah,
Riley was just
absolutely.
talking about that last week. How she had an issue, and we go in our group chats, and people just flocked over there to help her. And
Yeah.
we're always
Yep.
do that.
Yeah,
Because we've I think you touched on this earlier. Like people have the entitlement. They just think and I've touched on this on other episodes where we've talked about like this isn't just a free for all. This is a business. This is where we work. This is where we make our money. But it's also a responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking at the bar like I'm out here to party. Great. There's rules on every playground,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
especially with alcohol. You would think adults being at least 21 years old
yeah.
will respect those, but
There's a
we can't let it get
reason.
out of hand. And people like bartenders keep it in check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
I mean, there's a reason for these rules.
Because just how you have people that come in and come in for your shift because they like you as a bartender, there's also bartenders that people think they can take advantage of. So they also
yeah.
they
Yeah, fine
hone in on those shifts to be like, well, I can do whatever the fuck I want when so and so is working,
Right.
Right.
or I'm gonna get away with not paying for stuff or being an asshole or doing this and that. And it's
Right.
not. We remember you. We definitely
Mhm.
remember you.
Oh, we
Absolutely.
know
And
who you are.
we all talk.
Oh no, I know your name.
But that is always the scariest thing is that if you get the whole bartending community turning on you, when all your
Mhm.
friends
Oh,
go
you're-
out, they're gonna be like, how come that person won't serve you a drink? Or how come you
Right.
can't come into this bar?
People
Yeah.
don't realize when you act up, especially at a Johnny D bar, once you act up at one of the bars and you get banned, you're banned from basically all Park Avenue.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere else.
There's
Like
nowhere
walking down
else
the
to
street.
go. Some of our bars.
Yes,
And
exactly.
we'll let the other surrounding bars know
Yes.
too.
Yes.
I
yeah.
told one guy, I go, if you keep this up, you're gonna have to go 6 zip codes away to get a fucking drink. I think he
Yeah.
moved 6 zip codes. But no, and that's crazy that people act like that. But if you were to like one time I happened at Public House, like one of the other owners,
R.I.P.
yeah, I know. Went to go, he goes, fuck you, you're not coming back, but take a picture of him. The kid freaked out because that was his biggest fear. Not I was an asshole, not that I damaged your property, not that I disrupted your night, but he was just afraid about this is where all my friends go, and I want to be able to come here.
Right.
Oh,
And
yeah.
now you're not gonna be able to go into almost all the bars.
And I'm telling you, friends are good, but when all your friends want to go to their local bar,
They're going to the bar.
Yeah,
You take
absolutely.
accountability.
But
You
Exactly.
fucked up.
yeah. There is etiquette, there's a structure to it. I know it seems chaotic when you're on that side, but we see it from a whole
Mm-hmm.
different
Yeah.
lens. And also, if there's a little situation over here, like there's probably a couple things going on all the time.
Right.
And you got to keep an eye on this and avoid this or
Right.
diffuse that.
Yeah.
And
You gotta pick your
navigate
battles
this. Yeah.
sometimes.
And I promise you, not even 9 times out of 10, 99% of the time, it's not the bartender's issue. It's you.
Yeah.
You're doing something.
We are
and you're in the
there
wrong.
to provide a good service, have fun, and make
Yes.
money.
Same-
And if you take
yeah.
us out of that realm, you pushed us out of it.
Yep.
We didn't,
Yes.
we didn't just say, hey, you know what? I feel like getting in trouble,
Yeah, let me
maybe
flip a
losing my
switch
job
real
and not
quick.
making any money. That never runs through anyone's head.
No, there's life skills that I've been taught from bartending that like you don't learn anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, what other place do you have I mean, there's probably a couple, but like, what other place do you have where people just come in, they start drinking, they start feeling loose, they're doing their thing, and they're essentially your responsibility. Like, you're their safety. You watch it. I've called people Ubers before. I've told people, no, you're not driving. Like, call a friend, do whatever you need to do, charge phones so they could call an Uber. Like, at the end of the day, we're there for you.
Yeah.
We're there. Make sure you have fun, but do it safely.
No, and we definitely are. And, not only, I mean, there's a lot of bartenders, like I don't do it much anymore just because I got to drive far and I got to get up early every morning. But it's like we see how much you drink. We see, and if we're sober, at least a lot more sober, you need, and if, all your friends took off or they went somewhere else and you're straight, like you see that whole storyline a lot more clearly and with a lot more clarity than they do. And it's not I'm being a dick, but we're going to make sure that you get home safe. And we're going to make sure that you are safe. If, you're feeling sick, we'll get you water. It's like, I feel bad. Like you ordered all this stuff and I gave you the service you wanted, but that's also, now I'm also here to deal with the back end of it.
100%.
They'll tell you your friends are assholes for leaving you.
Yeah,
they do.
People do it all the time. They're like,
Yep.
oh, hey, so we'll be back. And then they just leave their friend out to dry.
Yeah.
And that's where, like, you talk about the family aspect of stuff. If we see that happen as bartenders, regulars, if we're out, we'll step in.
Yeah.
Let's make sure everyone's good.
You need a friend? Got you.
I'll definitely help you. Just help me put up these stools and wipe down.
Yeah.
We'll get you home right away.
You see that broom? Pick it up.
Yeah. But then you got the repeat offenders that are like, okay, this happens to you all the time. Maybe you should just not go.
Yeah. It's okay being alone. Be comfortable with being alone.
Yes, it's okay. Take a breather.
He's always told me that a couple times.
Yeah.
It's always like, hey, you've been on a long run.
Yeah.
Take a break.
You see someone that's dead sober, they walk in like, hey, can I have a Long Island and a double shot of Jameson? I'm like, you're going to be your problem immediately. So this is going to be fun.
100%.
It's like you're not drinking to enjoy yourself. You're drinking, you're sprinting to a finish line that I have to be at.
Yeah.
And then
No one wins.
I'll tell people all the time, like, you've ordered shots too fast. You're doing it, you're drinking Long Island's like it's water. So you obviously have bad intentions out here.
Absolutely.
And
you have car keys that are hanging out of your back pocket. Not the best.
Yeah, no,
not a good look.
That's not good. I talk about all the time. The Uber thing's been great because at least, we have some control over that.
Absolutely.
I mean, cabs back, I bartended in the day where like, hey, could you call me a cab? And I didn't call people cabs.
Yep.
That was actually easier for me because I'm like, here's $20, get this person where they got to go.
For sure.
Now I'm like, this might cost me $300. I'm not sure. If they throw
my score's going to go down.
Yeah. And I hope I gotta imagine like an Uber driver taking advantage of one of us, like, oh, they sent me home with the drunkest person ever. I'm just going to say they threw up in the car.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Probably.
Yeah.
I bet that's happened before.
Yeah.
I
Was it
people
no.
I don't know who it was. It was a person we know was overly hammered, and I got a text from another bartender saying, send him home in an Uber. I will Venmo you. So I put him in an Uber. And I was following it, and I put it in his address. It was like a 25-minute drive. He didn't live close. And I followed him. The fucking Uber went off course, and I went to another bar. I'm like, oh, no.
Stop it. Yeah. Another bar. That's something I would do.
Where this is going. Seriously, I have your location. I'm like, PJ, I told you to go home.
I didn't know anybody at that bar, but I wanted to call. I wish it was a bar I knew.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, I guess my only thing that made me feel better was like, well, if he had the presence of mind to do that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I thought he would have been in the car and had no idea where he was.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And then you're good from that 300.
And I'll let people wait for a while. But at a certain point, I'm like, oh, my Uber's 18 minutes away. I'm like, well, you called it at 2:15, so I'm trying to go.
Right.
You know, so you got to be a little courteous to the bartenders when you're trying to get out.
Yeah, be mindful.
Or pick up a mop, do something at least.
Yeah. You want to stick around? Help us clean.
Yeah.
Plenty to do. You can use some extra hands.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I'll just do that. Like, I'm like, dang, I'm really here too. But I'll just see like the bartenders or the bar back or security start to lift up chairs. And I'm like, I'm strong. I can do this. So I like take this as a challenge. I'm like, who can do this quicker? Like 11 o'clock when you have to bring the chairs in at Magpie and in the bars. I'm like, oh, you watch how many chairs I can stack and put them exactly where they need to go. I got you.
There's sometimes I have like drunk regulars that, we appreciate the help sometimes, but sometimes less is more. Let us do our thing.
Yeah.
Dropping stools everywhere or knocking stuff over. Or then at the end, like, so can I do a shot before I leave? Like, there was no fucking contract in place here. You just started doing shit.
Yeah.
It gets a little like, sometimes less is more, but we do appreciate the help when it actually helps.
Yeah.
That was just what made me think of it was the people that wait. We call last call, then at like 2:05 they want another drink, and they know what they're doing. And so for some, when you're drunk, people just won't go home. And and Pat had a guy I worked with him a couple weeks ago who we called last call. It's 5 after 2. Then the kid came up. It's 5 or 10 after 2. He came back. He goes, I ordered a Captain and Coke. I went to the bathroom at like 15 minutes ago. Went to the bathroom and came back. I never got it. That's like, you ordered a drink, went to the bathroom for 15 minutes, and then came back right after close.
Yeah.
He was just trying to get a free drink.
100%.
And it's like, listen, I tell people this all the time. Like, we've seen it all. We've heard it all.
We're going to call it out.
Yeah. Even if it's not the same exact, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's like, people try to like different variations of the same shit. And it's
That's
like,
the first one to call out people's bluff too.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
yeah.
I love it.
brother, he goes, no, you fucking didn't. He goes, you didn't order a drink I didn't give you, then left to the bathroom for 15 minutes when it's right there.
Yeah.
And then came back and said he didn't get it because he was just trying to get free.
Yeah.
He'll like insult your intelligence while he does it too. He's like,
Yeah.
you're going to try to play me?
Yeah,
It's
no.
like, absolutely not.
I've heard it before, and trust me too. If especially the younger crowd, if you're coming in and you're beeline into the back, and then come up and then order a Coke, you're putting some in there.
Yep, the little shooters.
Yeah,
in your pocket.
don't be surprised if you see
purse.
me peeking in the back room. Like, what bottle did you bring with you?
Exactly.
But I've had people like try to bring in outside alcohol, and it's tough for bouncers because bouncers don't know what we have. So like they'll be drinking something like we don't have that, and I'll go grab it, and they're like, I'm like, no.
Yeah,
No.
absolutely not.
No,
If I
don't
see it
care.
again, then you got to go. I'll give you the one rule.
Yep.
Some people are
On the
cool about
rest.
it.
We'll give you a little slap on the hand.
Yep, exactly.
Other than that, you got to go.
Yeah.
And you
But
guys get so much different clientele. Like you get like
Yeah.
all across the board at all the bars.
I probably
so-
sees it all.
Yeah. In one night.
And it's like there's a little tension to it, but at the same time, it's exciting. Like
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
why
for
I
sure.
asked. Like
I
doing the
love it.
same thing, like with more repetitive events
Mhm.
is I mean it ends up just turning into bartending.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Like for me, like I can't tell if I would I'm a creature of habit. Like would I like that, or what is the tension? Like sometimes when the you feel like the night's turning a little bit, you got to try to correct the ship. Is
Yeah.
that more enjoyable? I don't know.
Maybe, it's like the excitement of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're there for a shift. You're there to have like a good time, enjoy
Mhm.
yourself, make some money. And sometimes it's fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
What's
the
fun is you never
unexpected.
know what you're going to get
Yeah.
No,
as a bartender.
it's like
I mean,
Absolutely.
you know your regulars that are going to come in, but you
Right.
don't know what else is following them.
it's like a Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump. Never know what you're gonna get.
Never-
Oh, you told us that you were probably gonna be in this forever. Do
Yeah.
you think you got a long time? You're gonna have Diane syndrome?
I think I am. I think
Good.
I am. I might move slower, but I'll remember. Hopefully, maybe
yeah,
I'll forget
yeah.
some cocktails here and there. But yeah, it's too fun. It's too nice. It's too easy. Like I said earlier too, like you learn skills bartending that you won't learn in any other industry, any other position. So there's a lot to be said for it.
Yeah. And I agree. And it's also something like we talked about this in the last episode. You can always come back to it. You move cities,
Yeah.
different situations
That's the
happen in your
thing.
life.
Exactly.
You can always,
this anywhere.
I have two resumes. I have my corporate resume and I have my bartending resume. And I know if I were to pack up and randomly move to a new city tomorrow, I could get a job.
yeah. And that's
So-
another thing. If people move to cities and they're like, I need to go interview for all these jobs where
Mhm.
bartending, how a lot of people get jobs. You walk into a bar, start
old
talking to the
school. Yep.
bartender, and that's
Drop
kind of
your
how
resume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
say, hey, I got bartending experience, and as long as you got experience behind the bar, really the only training is the whatever
Yeah.
POS system they use.
Exactly.
Do
Keep the
not
bottles,
come
yeah.
in with a bartending certificate.
No, do not.
No
do
one
that.
cares.
We don't care about that.
No, you
That
wasted
does
one
nothing.
minute doing
and
that.
I'm actually not going to hire you now.
I
I
actually
will
saw
throw away your
cares?
application.
like the bartender groups I follow on Facebook. I saw something was like a screenshot of a text. And this lady goes, this lady came in and said that she was looking for a job. And the first thing she told me is that she went to bartending school. She goes, don't do that.
Nope.
She was texting her friend. She was,
Do not.
then she
tell us
gave me her
this.
resume. And then I came outside. I came out 5 minutes later and she was giving some random guy at the bar a handy.
What'd you learn in
So that was the
bartending
final
school?
chapter.
Very, very good with my hands. Look how fast I can shake a cocktail.
Oh.
So what about you, PJ? I
Oh
know
my
I
gosh.
think we probably asked you on the test episode, but you like what you're doing? You want to stick around for?
Absolutely. I love my job. I would
Yeah.
never change it up.
I
It's
just
great. I mean, between managing Shadow Lake and bartending, I love both.
Awesome. That's always
I'm
good.
going to be in this industry for life.
Yeah.
I'm a lifer.
And that just
Okay.
carries home
Mhm.
the point that if we're an asshole, it's you, not us.
Right.
We don't want to be. We like what we do.
Like Morgan Wallen said, if I'm the problem, you're the reason.
On that note, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate you guys coming on. It was some cool insight. We got some good stories, and I guess we will see you next time on Behind the Pine podcast. Cheers.